objectification and media portrayal, intersectional discrimination, online harassment, and cyberbullying. Those are some of the common ones that women face out there within the society. So we're going to look at them individually. As I said before, we're not going to be long. Now, gender inequality, of course, we know, as Sister Alicia said, it's in the workplace, it's in education, right? It's in the schools, right? Where you see, where you see, even in the job, as she said, males are given certain positions over the females, and some of them they're not as strong as the females, but because they are males, they give them those positions, right? We see them in politics, right? The males are given leadership roles, decision making roles, right? And it is difficult for a female to get that role because of the gender, not because she's educated, not because she's not educated, sorry, not because she may be outspoken, right? But the male gets the role over her only because of his gender, the fact that he's a male. All right, so let's go on to violence against women. Now we know the different types of violence that we have out there, and from time to time we see this happening too often. Too often we see women being the target of abuse, of assault, rape, honor killings, all those things, right? And it is heartrending because some of these acts are senseless. Sometimes you wonder what is it that caused this person to kill this person? Oh, because she's a woman. That's all that is, right? So some of the acts are senseless, right? And of course, it says these forms of violence can have severe physical, emotional, and psychological consequences for women. Of course, if you go through a rape situation, we know it's going to affect you. We know, right? You become depressed. You don't want to talk to anybody. As a matter of fact, some of the females they turn to women because men rape them, right? So some of those are the causes of homosexuality and all those things, lesbianism and so on, right? But you would have to I don't want to say understand because we know how we stand on the whole homosexuality thing. But that person, you would have to now talk to that person, right? Get that person some form of counseling, that female, so that they see, okay, not all men are like that. Not all men are like that. You have some genuine men out there who will never harm you, right? So let's continue. Lack of reproductive rights. You know that in some countries you cannot make certain decisions as to how many children you want to have. If you have two, you have to hide one, right? We know I don't know if they uplift that rule where in China you only have one, right? And they maybe give a little leeway to have two, but they're not have three, right? Right? So yes, so we as females we face reproductive the lack of reproductive rights. So we're restricted from having a certain number of children um, in when we are ready to start our families and so on. All right, so let's look at another problem or issue that women face. So we have underrepresentation in leadership roles. This goes back to even gender inequality, right? Underrepresentation in leadership roles. So sometimes you see females, they basically are looked down on. You will send in tons of applications and yours is just pushed aside. Just for the mere fact that you're a woman, right? Not only that, because of that, you realize that even in politics, there is hardly anybody on the panel who's representing females, right? You may have one female on the panel and they don't even listen to us. You understand? So there's nobody to represent us as women, nobody onto certain roles, and it's not only leadership roles, it goes across all roles. Alright, so limited access to education. This, of course, is in some countries. Um, I don't want to say it's in America. I think that it's mainly in countries like maybe Africa, Nigeria, where the males are given the opportunity to become doctors and lawyers. And also in India, I know for a fact that in India you have the males becoming the head and the females are the stay-at-home moms. And they have no say. They're pretty much voiceless, right? So they can't go to school, they can't uplift themselves, they can't upgrade because if this happens, it means that they are outdoing the male in the home, right? So they can't go educate themselves. However, women, of course, are liberate themselves, right? Because we have a mind of our own, and we're not going to allow society to determine what we do and how we grow, right? So many of us step out, like myself, and I say, okay, you don't want it, I want it. So I'm gonna upgrade myself, right? You don't have to give me your money to upgrade. I use my own money to upgrade. So I upgrade myself in education only because in Jamaica we believe that education will take places. And I'm telling you, it's a fact. It will take places. So yes, so some countries in some countries women are limited when it comes down to education. Health differences is pretty much the same thing. When a man is acting um out of it, out of it, you say it's mad, don't they? It's mad. But when a woman is acting like that, we don't say that because in our culture, a man become mad. Woman not mad, a man mad. But can women become mad? Oh yes. So what we do, we ignore the symptoms when it comes out in a female. And we only pay attention to it when she call 911 or 119 in Jamaica and say, hey, I just threw my baby in the oven and I turned it on. And that's when we run and say, oh Lord, she has psychological problem. We need to get her help. She crazy, she mad. We need to assess her, blah, blah, blah. Now, for the male, we target it before it even reach that stage. You understand? Because as soon as even our children, as soon as we see our sons acting away, we one time go to the psychologist and get him assessed. But females, we don't do that. So we ignore certain health issues when it come on to females, right? Females are known for the burden bearers. So if your back is hurting you, you just stay at home and you take two painkillers. The men know they go to the doctor and they get the therapy and all of that, right? So they face specific health challenges, as it says, that are not adequately addressed, right? And then you see it goes on to say they face mental health concerns such as depression, anxiety, as I said before, right? So when we see certain actions within a female or a female is portraying certain actions, we ignore them, right? Or say you need prayer, but when the man come down and start that shows in a church and doesn't know that, he needs to go get assessed. He needs to get psychological assistance, right? All right. Now, objectification and media portrayal. Of course, in the media, when the media portray women or when the media showcase women, we often see them as what? How do you see women be portrayed in the media? Sex symbols. As sex objects. Yes. They are often, anytime it has to do with anything with where that includes sex, they have a little bit easy. and they have a little bra, and they run around on the sand and stuff like that. Of course, that's a sexual portrayal, right? Well, yes. Coca-Cola Makashi. Yes. So of course, they're appealing to people. The media is using it to appeal to audience, used through a sexual using a sexual connotation, right? But that's not how we want to be portrayed. We don't want to be viewed as sex objects. There's more to us than just being sex objects, right? Right. So a lot of time the media it shows us as sex objects and stuff like that. And not only that, sometimes when you look on the media too, and I'm glad she said something about Coca-Cola bottle shape. If you don't have Coca-Cola bottle shape, as females watching it on TV, you become grudgeful. I just a lot, she doesn't want to be media. And it's just one me have to go do some make a life up. No, not life up. BBL. BBL. So you have to go do somebody something now because she look nice on TV because PR who sit on her and them advertise this nice blouse and it have to show your midriff or it have to show a little shape, right? But somehow we now Coca-Cola bottle shape, somehow we have beer bottle like myself. So we now become because we have beer bottle and we're trying to fit in the Coca-Cola bottle shape lifestyle. We go out and we become so conscious of our bodies that we start to do crazy stuff. Now we develop self-esteem issues, right? So that's an issue that the media push on us, right? We develop self-esteem issues. We develop depression because through maybe Sister Andrea with her small body, that whole them show Sister Andrea the advertising at Bima and then show Sister Andrea going into the Bima sliding in. Me and the bathroom. We can't slide in. We have to stop. And the steering wheel have to sit right there. So I'm never turning. So every time I go so you turn. Right? And that is what the media does to us. So we see the female, but we don't see the body, right? We just want the female because they portray it as sexy and it appeals to men and it appeals to this and it appeals to that, right? It appeals to a certain lifestyle, right? So those are some of the issues. So we're talking about intersectional discrimination, and Sister Alvarez touched on discrimination. Discrimination is wide. Of course, some women they are marginalized because of their how they dress, how they think, right? They are ostracized. If you voice your concern as a woman, you are cast aside. Nobody not looking at you. You're not getting a position in the job, right? That was my issue. But anyway, right, yeah, right. If you're just a certain way, if you're not all them like it, you're not the face of the company because of how you look. So them throw you around a back behind some cupboard or some cubicle, right? That's how they discriminate against us, right? So we can speak out. If a male speak out, he's looked at as, wow, he's so eloquent. But if a female speak out, large shall be a drama shall be coming at you. I'm telling you, right? And it's sad, but that's what the reality is, right? So of course we're marginalized or ostracized because of this. We can't say what we want to say within the workplace or any on any platform. We're viewed as troublemakers if we point out something that is of concern, right? All right, so this is the new one. We know with the advent of technology, we have online harassment and cyberbullying, right? And of course, this comes about again from a lot of us portray ourselves in a particular way, right? And people start to look at it differently. So you may have on a nice outfit and you take some pictures, you put on Facebook, then somebody says, Lord, love Facebook you. You understand? And then they start to target you. Why you have to wear that? Da, 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 da. Right? So it becomes something of concern, right? Not only for you, but the men do it too, right? The men target you because of it. And some females are killed because it's not like they're doing anything different. The men just become obsessed with what they're doing online. And then they start to target them, right? Stalk them, yes, right? And start to harass them, right? And even, what they call it now, they call it puss fish them, right? Catfish them, they call it puss fish them. But yes, start to catfish them because they want to lead them on, get them to believe them, take them to meet, take them to meet in places, and then when you go to meet, they rape you, kill you, all sorts of things, right? So we have to be careful on the social media platform, right? So, solving these issues. Let's talk about solving the issue, right? Empowering ourselves to get rid of those issues, right? How we regain power. How we said this must stop, right? Now, there are some things that we can do to stop this. Come talk to me now. What are some things that you think you can do to prevent these things or to get rid of it totally? How can we get rid of some of the issues that women face? Yes,
Yeah, that's what I wonder. Mm.
right. And you made a valid point right there. You made some two valid points that I really like. You say we have to look at ourselves, and also you said something about talking to each other. Three valid points. Look in ourselves, talk to each other as women, and you say the P word. Okay, I'm gonna get to that. Right, but you did say, but it's a part of my presentation. You say we have to pray. That's what you said, right? So yes, so of course we have to talk to each other. We have to pray. We have to ensure that we bring about certain things that will help to encourage and empower each other as women, right? So these are some of the things that we can also use to eliminate, and I'm gonna touch on prayer in a little bit, that we can use to empower ourselves and to eliminate some of these issues, right? So I'm just gonna go down the list. I'm not gonna go through them individually like I did before. So we can use education and awareness because, as we said before, if you educate yourself, if you uplift yourself through education and become aware of the issues that are out there, we can fight against what is happening as it relates to women. Legal reforms and policies. If we voice, right, when it comes down to reforms and policies, and they put out certain policies that does not include women, and we believe that it should include women, that we need to say something. We need to voice our concerns. We need to stand up and say, listen, this policy won't work, this reform won't work, this is what needs to happen so that women are included. Right? Empowerment and leadership programs, never be afraid to upgrade. Never be afraid to upgrade. Sometimes some programs are going on and you just can't bother. You have to bother. right?
Yes,
Upgrade yourself, be a part of these programs.
yes.
Economic empowerment has to do with your finances. Once you upgrade, of course, the money has to upgrade too. And if your employer or any organization that you're a part of, right, don't want to increase the money, then what are you going to do?